Shepherd Playing the Flute, and For Shepherdesses by Gerard van Honthorst, a lively pastoral scene. Gerard van Honthorst, 1592–1656, was a Dutch painter who worked mainly in Utrecht and The Hague in the first half of the 17th century. He is known for his portraits, genre scenes, and religious paintings. He was influenced by the Italian painter Caravaggio, whose use of dramatic lighting and realistic figures he adopted and adapted. One of his most charming and lively works is the painting of Shepherd Playing the Flute, and For Shepherdesses, which was created between 1632 and 1635. The painting depicts a shepherd playing the flute, surrounded by four shepherdesses, who are listening, singing, or dancing to his music. They are all dressed in colorful and elegant costumes, and are placed in a verdant landscape with trees and flowers. They are not realistic representations of peasants, but rather idealized figures from the poetic and imaginary land of Arcadia, where shepherds and shepherdesses lived in harmony with nature and enjoyed love and leisure. The painting is a pastoral scene, a genre that depicts the idealized life of shepherds and peasants in the countryside. The painting also has symbolic meanings, as it represents the themes of joy and beauty, of music and poetry, and of love and fertility. Honthorst's painting of Shepherd Playing the Flute, and For Shepherdesses is a remarkable example of his style and technique, which combine the realism and the naturalism of the Dutch tradition with the elegance and the grace of the Italian and Flemish tradition. The painting demonstrates his skillful use of the oil technique, which involves applying pigments mixed with oil on a wooden panel prepared with gesso. This technique allows for a smooth and flexible application of color, creating a luminous and translucent effect. Honthorst also used a broad and visible brushwork, which creates a sense of movement and spontaneity. He also used a bright and varied palette, which creates a sense of contrast and vibrancy. He also used light and shadow, which create a sense of depth and atmosphere. Honthorst's painting also shows his mastery of anatomy and proportion, which he learned from studying the works of Caravaggio and other Italian and Flemish masters. He used accurate and realistic depictions of the human body and the facial features, as well as harmonious and balanced compositions. He also used expressive and lively gestures and poses, as well as subtle and nuanced facial expressions. Honthorst's painting of Shepherd Playing the Flute, and For Shepherdesses is a stunning example of his painting style and technique, which combine the realism and the naturalism of the Dutch tradition with the elegance and the grace of the Italian and Flemish tradition. The painting is also a testimony of his interpretation and representation of a pastoral scene, which he imbued with symbolic meanings. The painting is also a witness of the history and the culture of Europe, which is reflected in its complex and turbulent provenance. The painting is a masterpiece that deserves to be seen and appreciated by all.